What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another video. And in this video, I have some breaking news. The Detroit Lions have made another signing, and this is Geronimo Allison. So right now, I was actually working on a video, which is kind of weird, about what our additions roles would be, like the guys that we brought in this offseason, what their role would be with the Detroit Lions in this season, this upcoming year. And Geronimo Allison was just now signed to the Detroit Lions. I believe it was on a one-year deal. So initially, I looked at this, and I thought to myself, okay, this is a move the Lions could be using for the future, right, for future years, because Kenny Golladay, Marvin Jones, and Danny Amendola all are going to have their contract up after this season. I do believe Kenny Golladay will get the extension, but the other two, I'm not really sure. So, this could be a move for the future. However, if he's only on that one-year deal, it's not really a move for the future unless we bring him back, obviously. But I think this is kind of the way to do it. I could have saw him getting like a 2-year deal. I believe it is only a 1-year deal, I think. And I kind of see what they're doing here. They're going to give him an opportunity, right? They're going to give Geronimo Allison, the 6'3" wide receiver that spent every year of his NFL career so far with the Green Bay Packers. They're going to give him an opportunity to win a rollover as a depth wide receiver this year. And I'm assuming if he plays well and they like what they see, he could be a guy the Detroit Lions bring back again for the next season, which would be 2021, to be one of those wide receivers to replace a Marvin Jones, a Danny Amendola, that kind of thing. Geronimo Allison definitely has the size, and he had some pretty solid moments with the Green Bay Packers. So I'm sure me saying Geronimo Allison probably triggered something. You probably knew at least something. That name sound familiar, I'm pretty sure, to most Lions fans once I said that, because yeah, he was with the Green Bay Packers since he came into the league. And again, he has the size. He's a young player. His statistics aren't that bad. They've been pretty consistent, but they're not huge. He's just been a role player. That's really what he's been. Last season, he has most receptions with 34 receptions for 287 yards, which is 8.4 yards per reception and 2 touchdowns. Nothing crazy there. The years before, he actually had more yards, but he had less receptions. Like in 2018, 303 yards on 20 receptions. 2017, 23 receptions for 253 yards. And then his rookie season, he had 12 receptions for 202 yards, which is 16.8 yards per reception. So again, the Detroit Lions, I think, are doing this year. It's kind of like a tryout for next year. If he makes the team this year, okay, maybe we like him and we can bring him back for 2021. And at the same time, it does add depth for this season. The Detroit Lions this season have a pretty top-heavy wide receiver group, I would say. I think a lot of their guys, they have a lot of players that could potentially fill in as, the 4th and 5th wide receivers. The problem is, none of those guys have seemed to take that next step yet. Chris Lacey hasn't taken that next step. Travis Fulgham struggled right out of the gate. All of these guys have been okay. John Duhart, they've all been solid, but they never yes, that's the guy. That's the guy we can keep around. The one guy that I would say did that was Marvin Hall. And Marvin Hall, Danny Amendola, Marvin Jones, and Kenny Golladay are our top 4. So we need another guy. I think we got to have one more. And this could impact the Detroit Lions potentially drafting a wide receiver this season now that the Lions have brought in Geronimo Allison. Now, I think it would have a way bigger impact if he was on a multi-year deal. But I believe it's only on a 1-year deal. So I think it's kind of like a tryout year. I'm not mad about this signing. He does have the size. He's had some nice moments with the Green Bay Packers. And, hey, maybe he can give us some intel on what the Packers are about to do. I don't know. But, Geronimo Allison, young wide receiver. I always thought he was a solid player. I thought him and Lazard were solid players for Green Bay, and looking at his stats, they're just okay. He could be a nice depth wide receiver for us. Nothing huge here. 1-year deal, I believe. So there's your update. We'll see if this has any impacts on the draft. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'm out.